What's up, Internet? We are here once again with 401 Real Game by CoolBoy. I believe we are on 171 now, which, if I remember correctly, was Zippy Race. Yep, Zippy Race. This is a pretty simple game. It's not the most interesting or anything, but it's simple enough. Basically, you just keep driving and try not to get killed, really. And vehicles really like to try and cut you off. And it's really kind of awkward to get around them. I've definitely played a lot better racing games on here. Bump and Jump is one that comes to mind immediately, but it's not a horrible game, it's just not the most interesting. But you can already kind of see how the AI is designed. It's basically just designed to get directly in front of you. Until like the last second, and then it just sort of stops. Not terribly interesting or anything, but you know, I've played worse games than this. It's at least kind of functional, if rather unimpressively bland. Although I'm not sure what to do about that. Let's try again. This is very clearly not the bike from Super Hang-On. That was a cool bike. This is a lame bike. I'm supposed to get to Las Vegas, I assume? Because it's LVLA. Ah. Let's try again. But the thing about this that you have to understand is there's not really any way to slow down. This is as slow as you can go. You can speed up, and you can drop your speed a little, but you still can't really slow down all that much. And the moment you hit any terrain that's not the road, you crash and die. Except for the water. The water just sort of takes away your ability to actually control your vehicle for a second. Which isn't too bad, but it's not the most interesting. And once you start getting to like those really thin roads where they start curving and stuff, it just it kind of becomes significantly less enjoyable. That car spawned in a building. That was interesting. I'll get a little bit of fuel. I think that's what that pickup was. Oh, come on. Hit detection. We gotta do better than 80th, because it's also a race, apparently. I'll just call it Zippy Race, I guess, but this doesn't really strike me so much of a race as it is just sort of a maze that is really hard to control when it gets really, really curvy like this. Because again, you can't really stop or slow down past a point. Don't honk at me, red car. Hey! I don't think I've ever seen this part of this game. This is interesting. It's not audibly interesting or anything, but hey, we're getting close to Las Vegas, I guess. Let's see if we can make it. I think we ran out of fuel. Okay, then. So, Zippy Race. I think it's kind of a whiff. Not great, not horrible, but not interesting enough to ever want to really play again. Next we have Tennis. Oh man, I played this yesterday on Animal Crossing. Alright. Come on. There we go. Ah. This game doesn't feel like there's a lot of actual control over it. It's because I haven't spent a lot of time with it, but it just doesn't feel like you have a lot of control as to where the ball goes and, like, its trajectory, because that's a fault, but do I just wait for it a little longer, perhaps? Like, there? Now it's going to hit the net. So, I don't know, it feels a little weird. And I think Mario is observing this. I think I read somewhere a long time ago, and I'm not even sure if it was official or anything, but Nintendo wanted to have, like, Mario in every single game they ever made, which is why he shows up in, like, Alleyway and stuff. And they originally wanted him under, like, the alias, like, Mr. Video or something like that, because he wanted to, like, appear in every single game they made. Again, I don't know how true that is. I know his original named appearance was Jumpman from Donkey Kong, and then, like, after that was Mario and Mario Brothers. But I don't know, I thought it was an interesting thing I heard a long time ago, whether it's true or not. I don't know, I've seen better NES sport ball games, and I already don't care for sport ball, so this is not really the most interesting, especially considering I just played it a couple days ago. That's gonna fault. I think I played actual tennis once in my life. But that's what you get when you live in a country that snows 10 months out of the year. There's not exactly a lot of places to play tennis. Boop. Oh, it's gonna fall. Again, it does feel like you don't have a lot of manual control over where the ball goes in terms of distance. There we go. Yay, we won a point. Touchdown. Four. Hooray. What was that? I think the most interesting game of tennis I ever played was Mario Tennis on the N64, which I think was made by Camelot. I know they did the golf games. I think they also did the tennis games, although I might be wrong about that. But I played it once, and I thought that was a tennis game. Which is weird, because, you know, I played Mario Golf on the N64 once, and I thought it was actually pretty good. Ah. That's gonna be out. Damn it. Reset. I'm not a bitter, sore loser. If that's what you think, then you're just wrong. And you're not wrong, are you? Of course not. Therefore, you must be right and, in fact, agree with me that I'm not a bitter, sore loser. Next we have pinball. This is... Man, digital pinball is kind of tricky because it's really hard to get the physics right. The only digital pinball games I played that really felt good to me were Super Robot Pinball on the Game Boy Color, which you can see a review of on my channel, as well as Sonic Pinball, which was Nights into Dreams Pinball on the Game Boy Advance, which I had a long time ago. But this just feels kind of random. It feels like you have no, like, active control over where the ball goes because there's no real physics, so to speak. Like, you could hit the ball several times at the same speed, the same place, and it'll go different places, and you just don't have much actual control over it. Ack. And then there was the bonus level where you have to, like, play as Mario with a platform or whatever. I've never been able to play that bonus level at all. That said, I've probably played an unhealthy amount of this game in Animal Crossing for some reason. Even though it's, again, it's not one of the better NES games you could be playing. Especially on Animal Crossing. That game has Punch-Out on it. Actually, Punch-Out's probably the best one you can get. Oh god, yeah, this nonsense. I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually do this special bonus stage properly before. I get what you're supposed to do, but for the most part, given the way the ball behaves and the way it hits you so fast, it normally just sort of shoots the ball out from the start, so you never even really get a shot. I'm not sure if it's on this cartridge per se, but I have played a hack of this game that's a little bit different. It's got the same physics and everything, but they change up the obstacles, and the actual layout of the machine itself changes a little bit. And I want to say that hack was called Hoodle, and I think it might be on this cart, but I'm not sure. But I think that might actually be like a better version of this. Sort of like how there was like that weird complete reskin of Balloon Fight we saw a little while ago. Quick to the exit, where eggs are found. Oh, come on, Physax. This is also one of the things where it feels like there's so much space between your flippers that the ball can just easily go in between them. Like that, and there's very little actual control over it, and that sucks. Also, I kind of saw those arrangements of bumpers and little dots below it as a frowny face. That'll make the little seals dance. And we've now seen most things this table does, if I recall. Other than trying to rescue, I think it's Pauline. This might be the longest running game of NES pinball I've ever played, honestly. Because I tend to lose at NES pinball very, very quickly because, again, the physics is not very good. Also, that looks like a frowny face, like the little middle yellow bumper's the nose, and the three little eggs are like a kind of frown. You could argue the little bumpers on the sides are like cheekbones or something. Now it's a surprised-looking face. Oh god, yeah, see, that happens really, really fast. I'll rescue you, I think, Pauline, but not really because this is a really terrible bonus game. It's really easy to lose immediately, but I'll try. I don't think I've ever actually succeeded at this. I don't think I've ever seen anyone succeed at that bonus game. And again, such a huge gap in between the flippers that you don't really have much control over. I did kind of like that. If we could just perpetuate the side bumpers to continue bumping, that would be great. It's also really hard to get up to the top layer again from the bottom. I found that about a lot of video game pinballs, so it's like once you get to the lower half, you're kind of just stuck there until you lose your ball. This could really use some music. There's, like, even better pinball games on the NES. Like, there was a good couple of NES pinballs. There was, like, Rockin' Ball, if I recall. Pinball Quest was not a functional game, but it was at least more interesting. But, you know, that was a more functional game, so, you know, you take the good with the bad, I suppose. I don't mind NES pinball, but it's definitely not the best video pinball game I've ever played. Next we have Looter Ball. This is a game of pool, where you can turn up the friction, which one would think would mean that the balls basically don't go anywhere if you turn that up. And you can turn up the round number. Interesting. So let's turn friction down to 0. Let's turn the round up to max. Let's see what their max round level is. Level 60. Okay, let's go. Okay. Now, of course, no friction means they're probably not going to go on forever, but it's going to take them a while to stop. Which is probably the most entertaining thing about Lunar Ball, because it's not the best game of pool ever. Oh no! Whoopsie. So I guess that would be a scratch. Oh, friction. Not just the title of an awesome Bees song anymore. Which can be found on Burnout Paradise. You know, if they don't stop, theoretically, they will eventually have to go over the hole. Oh no, number 3, you stopped. Oh, it's going so slow, but I just want to see it happen. I want to get all the points in one shot. Alright, come on, number 3. Can I accelerate the time frame on this? No, I can't. Guess we're waiting on this. So how's your day? Mine is presently involving a migraine, but I'm having fun watching the 3-ball. I really want to see it make it there. It's like the journey that everyone said could never be done. I want to see the 3-ball get to the hole and sink a goal point for us. Because I'm pretty sure this shot will be considered a hole-in-one, possibly. Truly, this is the most realistic depiction of pool to ever grace the NES. Actually, that might be true. I'm not sure how many other pool games are on the NES. I know there aren't a ton of official ones. This might be the only one. And when you can turn off all of friction in order to try and sink all the balls at once, well, that just makes it the best pool game ever. Wish the music was a little more interesting, though. It's very droney and it loops. Come on, 3-ball! I believe. I believe in your greatness. I believe in your journey. And I believe you can attain greatness by falling into that hole. Although I'm still pretty sure this is considered a scratch because I did sink the cue ball. But I still want to see this happen. Come on. It's going so slow. Oh, now it's going at a really sharp angle because it dinged the corner there. That could be a problem for us. On the other hand, it might mean that we won't get trapped in that little lower chunk of the B on the right, underneath that little square bit. Which is really the only thing that really worries me about getting the ball to the hole. But I believe. And with our combined belief, the 3-ball will in fact be sunk this day. In the first shot, along with every other ball, because 0 friction. You know, I kind of figured 0 friction would basically mean that it just would be... like, it would take a little bit longer to stop, not that it wouldn't stop. I did not take the concept of 0 friction in this game seriously. But they went for, like, the most literal meaning of 0 friction. And if nothing else, I have to respect Lunar Ball for that. Come on, hit detection, sink number 3. Come on, number 3, you got this. I believe in you. Oh, yeah! Ah, but we did not. Full power. I genuinely don't think I'm gonna wait and see if this actually sinks them all, but I kind of want to see. Because, you know, as long as we don't sink the cue ball, we're fine. I think that's where we went wrong. Because it was technically a scratch. I gotta admit, playing 0 gravity on this and trying not to sink your cue ball alone would be an interesting little challenge. And considering there's like 60 levels of this nonsense, that's staggering. No, we didn't want you to hit the 1 ball. We wanted you to not hit the anything ball. Oh no. Cue ball. You're in a very dangerous place, cue ball. No! It's like a train crash. I can't not watch it. That was interesting. I gotta admit, that was actually a lot of fun, even though it was completely pointless. And finally we have Puyon. I know of this game. And there's a little theater at the start where you gotta save little, I think, rabbits from crocodiles, perhaps? Oh, they're cats. Oh no, I did that wrong. Alas, you have to pop all the cat's balloons. For some reason, like, one shot has physics to it. It's like the super shot, but the rest don't. Oh, that was not fair. Not fair at all. I think I'm protected so long as it doesn't hit my actual guy. Oh yeah, that's right. Turbo buttons. Actually not that useful. because that's turbo for me. Is that guy blocking his balloon from my arrows? Well played. Ah! Oh no. Okay, we'll give it one more go. This isn't the most interesting game, I don't think. I think Lunar Ball was more interesting, just to see what zero gravity really meant, or zero friction. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, now we're really Pooh-yanning it up. Whoa! Oh no, my Pooh-yan guy. He will not live to Pooh-yan another day. I don't know where the name Pooh-yan comes from. It's probably just some nonsense. We must Pooh-yan to the limit. It's kind of weird that we can't actually shoot the cats without, like, the giant umbrella shot. I mean, they're arrows, right? They're clearly pointy enough to pop balloons. Looks like there's some kind of marching band. Is this some sort of bonus round? Oh god, they're pushing the rock at me. No! Ooh, come on. We can't let them un-Pooh-yan the Pooh-yan man. Oh. I do not like that they're all grouping up like that. This is actually kind of a neat sort of remake of the first stage, so to speak. Like, it's got the same, more or less, core concept, but it sort of pitch shifts it slightly differently. Take that, you angry pink cat. Hooray, we live to Pooh-yan another day. Oh, this is the bonus stage now? Looks like I only have access to these super shots. And I can't pop the actual balloons, that's a problem. I'm really actually getting the hang of this. I stole your strawberry, Strawberry Wolf. And we got the Strawberry Wolf Strawberry of Destiny. And there it is again. You know, some of these really simple games are surprisingly fun. I want the strawberry, but it's gonna go splat, I fear. No. Aww. unfortunately, we Pooyanned out, and we shan't Pooyan again. And that has been these 5 for this week of CoolBoy 401. Zippy Race, not very interesting at all. Tennis, kind of similar. Pinball, it can be fun, but it's not really a great pinball game, honestly. Lunar Ball is interesting, if only for the fact you can mess with like the gravity and they give you a lot of different courses and stuff. In fact, it makes me almost feel like it's more of a mini golf game, like those old Flash mini golf games you could play on Candy Stand rather than, you know, an actual proper pool game. And Pooyan, I started out being pretty unimpressed with, but I gotta admit, it grew on me pretty quick. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, you can see more of this next week, where we're going to tackle Joust. And be sure to subscribe to the channel to see everything else I do as it goes live. And if you want to make my day, help support the show on Patreon, so that I can continue to do awesome stuff, like look at more multi-cards. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.